Good evening, it's the Romany Roy here again. I've been holding off doing a piece on my Uncle Joey. My Uncle Joe, me mother's eldest brother. Because I had a picture that I've been wanting to find so I can show everybody. And the picture is about a tragedy that happened when he lost his wife, my Aunt Caroline. She got electrocuted. So I'll show you the picture. This picture was sent to me by a dear old friend of mine, Darcy Richards. He passed on not so long ago, but he sent me this picture. So I'll show it to you now. Now there's a picture of my Uncle Joey when his wife got killed with a generator. And I'll read you what it says now under that picture. I hope the details are right. You can see he's there with all the children. God bless him. So, on that picture, this was sent to me from Darcy. This obviously was sent to me after the passing of my Uncle Joe. And it says, the late Mr. Joe Richards. Picture taken Wednesday, the 11th of March, 1973. This picture appeared in the Sunday Independent on the 13th of March. And it's quoted as saying, Joe Richards has taken on a big job. His wife Caroline, 38 years old, was electrocuted when she started the generator at the family's Vardo home at Rough Street, Lanner. The tragedy has left Joe on Friday with 9 children to look after. Now that's the picture I've been wanting to show everybody. You'll see previous pictures of Uncle Joey over my mum and dad's. A lot of pictures, because he spent a lot of time there. But I interviewed Uncle Fred, which is Uncle Joe's brother, a couple of weeks back. Bless his heart, he's 80 odd. And he confirmed to me then that Uncle Joe was a miner. So I'm assuming that this tragedy happened whilst Uncle Joey was at work, being a miner. So the tragedy is, you can see it written all over his face, he's devastated. And the children, devastated. Now, I never knew Rough Street was called Rough Street. I always just thought it was called Penstrathal. So, as you go up through Penstrathal, or Rough Street, my granny lived in on the left. You go up to the T-junction, you turn left, 50 yards, turn right. That's where Uncle Joe lived. Now, Uncle Joey's oldest gal, Nation, he made her fight like the boys. She had to put the gloves up wherever it was. and she could have a fight too. And she could ride bareback any horse you put her on. I remember I went there one day and she was riding a horse called Fly. He was more or less like a Blagden cob, but he could jump for fun and so could she. Uncle Joey put the sticks up across the top of the 45-gallon drums, straight over, and then a couple of car tires on top of that. She wasn't afraid to ride nothing. In fact, whatever her dad said do, Nathan never questioned it. She done it. She wasn't afraid of nothing when it come to that. And what her father said do, she done. Now, Uncle Joey, he had a piebald horse up there. I don't know where he'd come from. I didn't even know if it was Uncle Joey's or he was there breaking it for somebody, but I was there. Me and my father was up there. Up above Uncle Joey's used to be a little triangular field. There was either a holly tree or a thorn bush tree growing out the edge. Now, Uncle Joey had this big horse up there. And this horse was going ballistic, rearing up. But all he was doing was rearing up into the tree. Now, whether it was holly or thorn or what, I don't know, but the horse was getting pricked to death. So just as we got there, Uncle Joey had 2 bales of hay tied together. Well, there was a saddle on this horse, but nobody could ride him. Just as we got there, Uncle Joey chucked 2 bales of straw, one each side, over the saddle, tied together with string. Oh, this horse was buck, no good. So my father and Uncle Joey was there. So they decided they'd fill up a couple of bags of dirt, soil like. There must have been, there had to have been 3/4 underweight in each bag. Anyway, he filled these bags of shit up. Got up close to the horse. One had hold of one bag. I think my father had one bag hold, and Uncle Joey chucked the other one over. Oh my God. That horse was bucking and kicking and squealing and going on the floor for I don't know how long. Forever long was there. Anyway, he did get broke in. There's no question about that horse did. And the Knuckies ended up with that horse. And he went on to win a lot of prize money jumping. And the horse's name was Patchy. I never forget that horse. But he was a big horse. But he was a right so-and-so. You notice I am swearing too much of late. I'm trying to give it up. Anyway. I think I can confirm with what Aunt Lizzie said, that Uncle Joey went down. Oh, I do know Uncle Joey went down to live beside his mother. And he had to help raise these children. There was all youngsters, a lot of them. So he had to have help raising them up. So, don't know the circumstances behind it. But Uncle Joey went to live out in Luggin. Into a big kenner. I want to think it was an old hospital, I think, at some point. But anyway, he needed a big tan for all the children. And I do know my granny went out there to live as well. Because Uncle Joey had one gal called Karen. I think she was a bit too much. And my granny was the only one who could do anything with her. But anyway, she went to live with my granny. So at that time, I was having the trouble I had. So I'll never forget Uncle Joey for this. I needed some help. I rung him up, and he come out, and he stood beside me, and stood up for me. I'll never forget him for that, as long as the day I live. So I asked him to come on and do a bit of work for me. And he come on driving the IAB lorry. And that was the time when he got pulled in with the Gathers and the ministry in Ale. He was 4 tons overweight. He had 7 ton of gear on the back of this lorry. Anyway, they pulled into the coal yard, putting on the weighbridge, and the ministry wouldn't let him go no further. So he walked out of the coal yard, got to the phone box, and rung me up. And when he rung me up, he was whispering. He said, Claire, what's wrong with you? I said, what are you whispering for, miss? No, I told him to hear me. He said, the Gathers got me, and the ministry. He said, I'm 4 ton overweight. I said, never, Uncle Joe. I told you not to put that. Yeah, he said, miss, they got me. He said, I'll tell you the truth. He said, I'm panning myself. I said, don't let him upset you like that, Uncle Joe. Don't worry like that much. So that was when he got pulled in by the Gathers for that overweight. But he was a lovely man. He used to wear a cap and always smiling. Uncle Joey was. Always for fun. Always smiling. He used to wear a cap one side, scarf around his neck, and a lot of the time he carried a walking stick. But he was a lovely man to me. And we went on then. He done a lot of work for me. And he got married again and had 2 more children with Kay, Andy Kay. And she thought the world of him. And then my dear granny, she lived right there, see? Right beside him. So there was always somebody in and out Uncle Joey's. If they weren't there to see they was there to see me granny, so there was always somebody there. But when I needed the help that day, he was there. Now, there are people who are going to say that never happened. But my ex-wife was there as well as me. And she was there. She saw what happened. So did I. And I know what was said that day. So I'll never forget Uncle Joey for that one. And I learned a lot of Uncle Joey in one way or another. So whilst he was working for me, I was buying a bit of gear off a fellow called Barry Rowe. So this is a bit funny. So Barry come in, dropped his scrap off, and he's in the office. They're talking to Donald, and me and Uncle Joey was outside sitting on a seat. He said, because Barry was always like, full of it. I'm off to Booth Wells next week, boys, to the cob sales. Do anybody want to come? He said, and the trotting sales. Uncle Joey looked at me, I looked at he. I said, you want to go, mush? No, he said, I don't want to go. Well, it transpired, to tell you the truth, that the poor old fucker didn't have a lot. So I got out of him why he didn't want to go. I said, don't worry about nothing. Won't cost you nothing. So we went. First night we got up, I've told you this tale before, we get into this pub where they only sells their own beer. We get absolutely slaughtered. Comes back to the hotel now. And Barry Rowe, he wouldn't satisfy us. He carried on, drink. So me and Uncle Joey went up to the room. Getting ready, go to bed now. Wash our face. He's getting into bed, I'm getting into bed. Knock comes on the door. Joe, what do you want, Bar? Claire. Barry, go to bed, mush. Get on, get in the bed. Come out, I've got something to show you. No, we ain't coming out. Come out, boys. Anyway, we come out the room. Barry was not there. We walked to the stairwell, which led down to the bar, and he had dived on top of us like a big bird on top. Thought he was just going to push us on the ground. We ended up down the stairs, all of us, in the bar. Oh, the landlady, the manager, she went down. We had to leave in the morning and we wouldn't welcome her no more anyway. Next morning we gets up. Me and Uncle Joey was the lads, we stayed up in the room. So Barry, now, you've got to go down, Barry, and say sorry to this Ratley and make it right. Anyway, he goes down. She wouldn't have none of it. In the end, he kept on her that much. We wouldn't do it no more, and we're very, very sorry, and she let us stay. So then we went for breakfast. Gets it all sales now. First day was section A's and B's, I think. No good. No good to me. Too small. Uncle Joey didn't want any Welsh cobs anyway. So the next day now was the C's and D's. So we're walking around this sale. Comes to this stall and there he is. Eastern Black Magic. Section D stallion. Coal black. Prettiest horse you ever seen in your life. 4 even white socks and a white star. I said, Uncle Joey, I'm buying he. He said, lovely horse, much. I said, I'm buying Uncle Joe. Anyway, in come this horse in the ring. He was going up and up and up. I said to myself, I'm buying it. I ended up giving 800 quid for this horse. A lot of money then. So that was right. Hammer went down. Got up. We're not interested anymore now. Gets back to the store where this horse is tied. Oh, he's a picture. He was a picture. Uncle Joey said, you got the right one there. Right. Uncle Joe, what you getting? Well, we know the situation. I said, don't worry about that. We know the situation. Well, I don't want a Welsh cob, see? What do you want, Uncle Joe? I want a pacer. Now, the trotting sales end until the Monday. We've got to stay there another night now. Stays there another night. Anyway, in comes this mare. Uncle Joey buys her. Right. Barry bought a couple of other things. They're out to sale. So, I'm thinking to myself now, wherever I'm going to put this horse to. So I said, Uncle Joey, I bought this horse, mush. I said, I haven't got nowhere to put him. Don't worry about that, he said. Put it in the stable next to the mare when I bring her back. He said, the two of them come back anyway. Right, now at Uncle Joey's, on the end of this big kenner, he had a lean-to shed. And he'd already put up a couple of partitions He had horses out there lined up everywhere. So it was agreed now that he would keep the horses there as the mare and the stallion, and I would buy the hard food and he would buy the hay. Right. Now my horse was shining. I mean shining. So I kept going out there every couple of days. The horse was looking well. And he started losing a bit of weight. Uncle Joe's horse was blooming. I said, Uncle Joe, what's ever happening much? He said he's having the same food. Anyway, Uncle Joe wasn't doing that like too mean in the arm. So I said, I'll have to have the horse back there, Uncle Joe. There's another thing that happened to me. Right, brings the horse home now, and all the room I had was a little space down on the end where I could put a 16-foot lorry body. So I made the stable up. Put the horse in the lorry body, that was all right. Now, this morning, I went absolutely berserk. This morning I goes now to take the horse out the container, walking up the road and turning in the field. I put the head collar on the horse, leads and out. Just as I got the horse outside the thing, Tommy Ware started the machine up. That horse went straight up on his hind legs. Oh, he went dinner at me, the horse did. Nearly moored me. So I got the horse back down again, took him up the field, let him out, and then I went down and I told Tommy Ware exactly what he was. So you could have waited till I took that horse out that yard, couldn't you? In the end, I sold the horse to Barry Rowe. I couldn't deal with what was going on. But Uncle Joey, take me hat off to the man. He was there for me when I needed it. He worked for me. I paid every penny he was due. And he was just a gentleman. Spent lots of time with my father. I got the photographs here to prove it. When my father was partners with Mickey Burroughs, Uncle Joey was always over there, messing and doing. But it's a sad story to tell. And I was really upset with myself that I thought I'd lost that photograph. But I hadn't lost it. I'm going to try and preserve it. I'm going to try and get it took away now. Or maybe even try and get out of the Sunday Independent to look up their archives and see if I can find the picture. But I hope I haven't said anything that's wrong on here. I wouldn't do that. So that's the story of my mother's eldest brother, Uncle Joe Richards. So it's bye-bye from the Romany Rye.